Right, welcome to the course. My name's Andy, aka Trader X, and I'm going to be going through the course with you today. I'm also going to be your personal trading mentor throughout the coming months ahead. We're going to be working one-on-one, we'll be talking regularly, we'll just generally be working very closely with each other. Now the whole point of this course is to instill enough trading knowledge into you to enable you to begin working full-time from home as a professional financial trader. That's the whole point of the course. I personally do exactly that. I trade these markets for a living, and I trade them for one reason and one reason only: to make money. I'm not here to entertain myself, I'm not here to have fun, and I'm not here to impress anybody. I am simply here to make money, pure and simple. All professional traders have exactly the same view. They treat what they do as a business, and all businesses exist to make money. Now, as you probably already know, I used to work as a stockbroker for a large company based in London, but I now trade direct from the comfort of my own home on my own accounts, and I'm here to teach you how you can do exactly the same thing too. It doesn't matter about your background, your race, your colour, your education, whatever. None of that matters at all. In the eyes of the market, everybody is created equal. So you don't need to have a top degree from a top university, Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, whatever. You don't need to be posh, you don't need to drive a Ferrari, and you don't need to come from an affluent family. Now obviously there are loads of people in the city with exactly those qualifications, but there are also a lot of traders that are just from normal backgrounds with no formal education. All they actually have is a hunger and a desire to succeed. That's what got me through, and those are traits that anyone else can develop for free. Now obviously you do need to have the right knowledge to be able to succeed, and that's what I'm here to provide. That's what this course aims to provide. The point is, please do not fall prey to the common misconception that trading is a game for geniuses. It's simply not true. Now I will admit, trading can be a tough business at times, and often it's not easy, but it is by nature quite simple. Simple and easy are two separate things. The concepts within this course by nature are very simple and straightforward to understand, but they can sometimes be quite difficult to put into practice unless you have the right knowledge, and that's what I'm here to provide. With the right trading knowledge, you definitely can succeed. And notice that I said the right knowledge. You do need the right knowledge, because unfortunately there is a lot of rubbish out there, and a lot of novices can slip up by listening to people that don't really understand what they're talking about. The financial markets are truly an incredible place to earn a living. In my opinion, it's a profession that goes completely unmatched. You've got complete flexibility, you can work anywhere in the world you like, and it's also extremely cost efficient. You've got very few overheads. You've got no staff to worry about, no stock, no stationery, no phone calls to make, virtually nothing at all. It's just you and your brain versus the markets, and that's why I like it. It's basically a profession where you've got absolute freedom for creative expression. It's an arena where you've got unlimited potential for gain, but you've also got unlimited potential for risk, so you do need to know what you are doing. Now there's a lot of information to get through in this course, almost 13 hours of trading information. You basically have all of the knowledge that you will ever need to make a success out of trading. In my opinion, the course you are now watching is the most complete, thorough trading course available anywhere in the world today. I've certainly never come across a course that is so complete and thorough. Now obviously it's easy for me to sit here and tell you what a great course it is, but the proof will be in the pudding, as they say, and by the end of the course I am absolutely positive that you will be delighted with the information that you have just learned, and you will be able to see exactly how you are going to be able to use these concepts to make money. Now, due to the sheer amount of information in the course, it may be possible for some of you to feel a little bit overwhelmed, at least initially. I urge you, please do not feel overwhelmed. The whole reason that I've done this course on CD rather than doing a live seminar is simply so that you can watch these concepts over and over again until you understand them. I've also got a superb support structure in place. That is why you have my personal phone number and you have my personal email address. I am here to support you. So please do not feel overwhelmed. Everybody learns at a different pace. If it takes you 2, 3, 4 times to watch the course, it doesn't really make a difference, because eventually you will understand the information. So just sit back, relax, watch the information with an open mind, and just try and get your head around the concepts that are being explained. I am always here to support you. The problem with doing a course on CD, it's got many benefits, but one of the key drawbacks to producing a CD course is that you cannot tailor it to the individual person. Everybody learns at a different pace. Some people will find some concepts easy, another person might find the same concept extremely complex. That's what I'm here for. If you give me a call or if you email me after you've watched the individual chapters, we can then work one-on-one and I can personalize the training specifically to you as an individual. That's what the support structure is here to do. Right, systems. Most novice traders are always looking for systems. They're looking for mechanical type, holy grail type systems. Now a mechanical system is simply a system that provides entry signals willy-nilly. You don't really know why it's provided an entry signal, it just has, and you just trade those signals regardless. Mechanical signals do not work, and there is no such thing as a holy grail type trading system. Mechanical systems will fail for many reasons. One of the key reasons is because they place no emphasis on prevailing market conditions. To succeed in the markets, you need to learn how to trade. You don't need a system and you don't need a mechanical system. You just need to know how to trade. By learning how to trade, you will have, in my opinion, one of the most valuable skills that you can ever learn in a lifetime. Why? Simply because you learn to rely on yourself. So you don't need a job, you don't need to rely on a boss or a company or an employer. If you know how to trade, you will have a way to earn yourself money from now until when you decide to retire. That is why it is such a valuable skill. Mechanical systems break. They might work well for a couple of months, you might have some initial success with them, but eventually they will break simply because the markets evolve and the markets change. By learning the concepts within this course though, in other words how to trade, these concepts are timeless, so they will never go out of fashion, so they won't work for a couple of months and break. These concepts have worked for years and years and years, and they will continue to work until the markets cease to be around, and obviously that's never ever going to happen. So always remember that you need to learn how to trade. You need to learn the insider signals that the market is giving you. The market provides signals every minute of every day. It will be providing us as traders with signals, and it encrypts those signals within chart pattern. Chart pattern is the key to trading success. Now I'm just going to touch on it briefly here, but we're going to talk in detail on this a bit later on. The reason that chart pattern is the key to trading success is because chart pattern is the market's fingerprint. If you can learn to read chart pattern, you can learn to read the signs that the market is giving you. And if you can learn to read the signs, you will be able to discover what the market is likely to do next. And quite simply, if you know what the market is likely to do next, you have a license to print money. That is why learning to read chart pattern is so important. Remember, these are the insider signals that I'm talking about. Trading is actually common sense and simple, nothing more. As traders, we are always looking for the most basic and the most obvious chart patterns. And there's a very important reason why we are looking for the most obvious chart patterns. I'm going to leave that for the moment and we'll go into that in detail later on. But just remember for now that we are always looking for the most basic and obvious patterns. Novices never understand that fact. They are always continually trying to overcomplicate things. And that's one of the reasons why most novices fail. As professionals, we actually keep things as simple and straightforward as possible. And I'm going to prove to you just how simple trading is. By the end of the course, I genuinely think you're going to be truly surprised about how much you've learned and just how simple trading can actually be. Now what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to get a notepad out and a pen. As you are watching the individual chapters, start to make some notes on the concepts that you are learning. If there is anything that you don't understand, the minute the chapter finishes, pick up the phone and give me a call or fire me off an email. I'm here to help you succeed. I want you to become a full-time professional trader, and you will achieve that far quicker if you use me. So don't struggle on alone. Pick up the phone and let's have a chat, and I will be able to work with you on a one-on-one basis, and I will rapidly speed up your learning process. So, the final point of this introduction, and this is the most important point, I urge you to watch the course in order. Please watch the course in order. Start on CD1 and finish on CD9. If you jump ahead to the later sections first, you probably won't understand what's going on. Trading is a very precise business, and I need to build up the concepts one by one. The course has been structured in a very special way, so you need to allow me to teach it in the way that it's been designed. In other words, it starts in section 1 and it finishes at section 9. Please don't skip ahead to the later sections. You won't understand what's going on if you do that. Now, the final thing that I would like to say, I am not a professional presenter. I don't have any media experience, so if I make any grammatical errors or jumble up a few words, please go easy on me. As I said, I don't have any professional presenting experience. I'm a professional trader and I'm here to teach you how to trade. Right, thank you very much for purchasing the course. Thank you for placing your trust in me. It's a course that I've spent a lot of time on. It's taken me many months to complete. Why have I spent so much time? Simply to give each and every one of you a good chance of success, and the way that I've done that is by ensuring that it's 110% complete, and I can assure you it's more than 110% complete. What we're going to do just before we move on to the real meat and bones of the course, I'm just going to talk you through the CD menus, the various navigation options that you have within the course. That shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes, and then we'll get involved in the course properly. Thanks once again for your purchase. Enjoy the rest of the course. Right, this is the CD menu that will appear each time that you insert a CD into your computer. The menu is obviously different for each CD, but the functionality is exactly the same. The menu should autoplay the minute you put the CD in. Then you've simply got the relevant chapters just here, and at the bottom here you've got any relevant files or programs or documents or whatever. Those particular files will open in the individual programs, so if it's a Word file it will open in Word, if it's an Excel file it will open in Excel, etc. etc. So as I said, start on CD chapter 1 and move through the course in order. So you simply give the relevant chapter a click and the Camtasia player will start playing automatically. So this is a Camtasia player. It's a very easy player to use. You simply got the play, pause and stop buttons at the top, and you've also got the slider here which you can slide left or right, and that will navigate you through the various chapters. The volume control is on the right here. Give that a click and slide the scale up and down to increase or decrease the volume, and in the bottom right hand corner you've got the total chapter time and the current time just there. So that's the same. Remember, this is a mini version. The version you'll be looking at is a full screen version. So this will be in the bottom right, these buttons will be in the top right corner, these in the top left. The end screen is a screen that will appear at the end of each chapter. When you see that screen, simply click the red cross at the top here, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I've tried to make it as straightforward as possible. Everything auto plays for you. This menu will auto play the minute you put the CD in. The Camtasia player will start playing the minute you click on a link, so there isn't really much to do. All you need to do is navigate through the various chapters and install or open up the various programs, but each time a program is required or a file is required, I will explain it verbally and visually within the CD course anyway, so shouldn't be a problem. Hope you enjoyed the course. I will see you in the next chapter.